Hey all, it's System 509 here again with another commentary, this time for Sonic Ops Episode 4. As always, I'll be pausing the video as we go along if I want to talk about something in a bit more detail. But for the most part, I hope you all enjoy. So let's get into it. Starting off with the intro, of course, and make it a bit louder.
Okay, try that, Nicole.
This is the appearance of Nicole's fake hollow form. This was originally going to be someone else's character, but we decided to change that and make it a fake Takal looking thing instead.
It feels strange, but you do feel something.
I do like Shade's optimism in this show. It's a lot different to how she normally acts in the game, but I kind of like it.
Something about it feels wrong.
And of course, Nicole's been given an emotional chip,
A few different presets you can go through if you.
which is going to make her a bit funky, but it also lets her do stuff like this. Where she can make herself look how she wants to instead of how she's told to.
Fully autonomous decision.
The stars in the eyes, it's a fun gag. Always like doing that. And here we can see that poor Nicole hasn't quite figured out her hollow form yet.
It would be an honor to meet the one who designed you.
So from how I understand it, in the comic books, Nicole's form is projected away from her handheld form. But in Sonic Ops, her handheld goes inside of her. Like, it's basically based on an old show called Red Dwarf, where they had holograms with this little projector that floated inside their bodies. And that was how they worked. It basically means that wherever she goes, her hardware form follows her.
I've been running projections for thrust necessity. I think the capacitors can.
This was fun to do.
The Master Emerald.
Her
Seriously.
hair, ear-looking thing covers up the hologram there.
Single capacitor were to malfunction or over.
Just tell me if you can move
She tends
the
to
island
mumble a
or
bit.
not.
Yes, I can move the island. For how long or how far, I won't.
Dusk is so angry.
Engines. But yes, Angel Island will be moved.
Then begin preparations right now. Phase 1.
The voice of Cora, friend of Sasso Studios, is a friend of the show. You should
I told
check them out if you don't
Operation
already.
Enoch would be taking place far
Absolutely
earlier
coming in
than
here and
planned.
killing it as the
Get
voice of
engines
Shade and
in
Dusk.
working Order. You have until 6 p.m. Angel Island time.
So if you look at
By
the
this time tomorrow,
the twist at the end of
Angel
episode
Island
4 here,
is ours,
where it's revealed that
and
Dusk
its
is
guardian
Shade's twin.
will be dead.
That was done intentionally. Ever since the first episode, I've always made sure that Shade and Dusk both have the same voice actor. Because we were going to do that reveal, and I wanted that to be something people saw coming if they paid enough attention. I always made sure to make Dusk's voice deeper, using some audio tampering. But aside from that, it's basically the exact same voice. And funnily enough, people keep drawing parallels to Leander and Julie Sue from the comics, who apparently are sisters as well. And I actually didn't know that because I've never actually read the Archie books. I've been meaning to do it for a long time, but I just haven't gotten around to it. But yeah, that was an accidental similarity between the two of them there that I didn't mean to do. Can't wait to use Egget in episode 5, she's going to be fun. If you're a fan of Tiny Toon Adventures, we're going to take a lot of inspiration from the annoying little girl from that show. I think her name is Elmira or Elvira, something like that. She's going to be very obnoxious. Hopefully people will enjoy hearing her as much as I want them to. Not seeing a lot of Ix yet, but he does show up in this episode, which is fun. Voiced by a manga writer, another friend of the show. Episode 4, Guardian's Folly. Does anybody else know that this text is Comic Sans? It still blows my mind that SA2 uses the... Oh, listen to that voice actor, that guy's good. What a good voice. Oh, they should put him in other stuff. And if you're wondering what James the Fox looked like without his helmet on, that's what he looks like. No, I didn't make Rouge fly across the room like that to save on animating her walking. That's absolutely not what I did. And here comes Zoe. graciously gifted to the show by Shadow759.
Secretary. If you'll follow me, the commander is waiting for you in Dr. Von Slimmer's lab.
It's weird, by the way.
Must be Tails. Dr. Von Slimmer has
Why is that showing up? Get out of here.
to speak to you as soon as possible.
Sorry about that. So Dr. Von Slemmer is a character from Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. He was a professor in that show, but he's a doctor in this one.
Well, it's all the same to you. I've missed out on some much needed beauty sleep.
And yeah, we used a different model for Rouge this time. I don't know why I said we, me. I used a different Rouge model. I just wanted to see what she was like to animate. People didn't really respond much to it, so we're probably going to change her back to the Generations model in future episodes, but I'll be honest, it's fun to animate that character and their facial expressions. And here we have Cream being cute and silly at the same time.
Instead of that big scary robot, Miss Rouge, I just wanted to say thank you. Ciao, ciao!
Yeah, well, don't spread it around, kid. I've got a reputation to maintain.
Who's checking her nails while she's wearing gloves? I always loved that gag in Sonic X. Absolutely had to bring it in. Yeah, another green screen effect there. Not the best green screen effect you could possibly do, but I'm working within my means here.
What is this place?
This is the
So
Guardian
Sally is
of
the fish out of water character.
and last line
She
of
asks all the
defense.
questions that the audience is expected to ask, so the audience knows what's going on.
Pull their collective skills in an effort to keep everyone
See,
safe
because
and
everyone else in the
secure.
room knows who GUN is, they wouldn't have any reason to ask. So that's why Sally asks that question. It's a very important writing technique.
Because the last few times the Earth was in danger, you guys...
Oh, and here we go, explaining where GUN's been for the last few years in the games. I don't think humans have shown up for over a decade now.
After the Black Arms invasion,
Yeah, there's a few cameos in this shot if you can see who they all are.
left uninhabitable. Millions of human refugees had nowhere to go. Then after Dr. Eggman defeated you,
You don't wonder what that little white thing is on Zoe's chest? Why don't think they explain it?
trying to rally together to form the resistance.
Wait! Robotnik actually beat you?
Tails playing with his tails in the
he
background.
locked me up for 6 months, but it's no big deal.
6 months?
I love having an excuse to use that Metal Gear Solid sound.
Imprisoning you for
It's a good
6
sound.
months is the biggest deal in the history of deals.
Sally...
Alright, that pose right there, that's based on the meme, Alone on a Friday Night meme.
I guess it's too much to ask that a different
I always
woman
loved,
take things more seriously, huh?
I needed a reason to have him sitting on that,
And
on
what
that
kind of stupid
seat.
name is Eggman?
So we did that, and obviously Sally making fun of the name Eggman. Because in her world his name is Robotnik. Shade. So because she's a scientist, I wanted her to be a little bit absent-minded. So every time she's not doing something related to Operation Enoch, she's always
Are the engine
getting
units
yelled at
ready?
for it.
The team got the overheat.
See, what she was doing there had nothing to do with this engine thing.
Unfortunately, without a powerful energy source to plug
Dusk is getting very interested in that handheld back there, isn't she?
long-term usage, even with 2 cooling units installed.
Can anyone tell what those things in the background were just then?
Confirm if they'll last as long as you need them to or not.
Could they be an important plot point for a future episode, maybe?
Few reserve
Who
memories.
knows?
I could use those to-
There's no time for any more tests. Operation Enoch must go ahead as planned. I'll be taking my squad to the planet's surface to retake the homeland. And I
So
will
her
keep you
squad,
posted.
otherwise known as the Marauders,
But Dust,
is the highest ranked
I don't
fighting unit in the Nocturnus army.
I went to the planet's surface yesterday to save time. It's not.
Shut up! You're coming with us in order to study the Emerald and the Altar. You're not going to be fighting.
I don't want to explicitly explain the lore in dialogue unless I have to. But yeah, that's a little bit of world building there.
Grab the machine I found on the surface.
Leave your pointless little side project behind, Shade. You've had
Look at those things in the
2 days
background.
to
Can you tell what
find
those
use
are?
for it, and you've got nothing. Unless you're keeping something from me.
Oh, she's keeping something from Dusk.
I couldn't get access to its operating system.
I love drawing a little angry face on Nicole. That was always fun for me.
This is our quantum research
Right, so this is the
lab.
top of the mountain that GUN is using for their base. I haven't shown the entire mountain yet. I'm hoping to get a shot of that in episode 5.
Oh my gosh, look at all this stuff!
So this is Tails just fanboying.
Escalation mobilizer! This is a
I think this is the first time I used jiggle physics on his Tails too.
Is that a gravimetric field displacement manifold?
It's really helpful for animating them because normally you have to do all 8 bones at once. But with jiggle physics, you just add realistic movements to one of them, and then it does it for the other 3 automatically.
You heard Rouge call him the smartest guy in the world yesterday, right?
And here we get a little bit of explanation that Sally doesn't understand what's going on. If you go back to episode 3, actually, to that shot where Rouge calls him the smartest person in the world, Sally is the only character in the room who doesn't believe that it's him. And here he is, the medic from TF2, moonlighting as a Sonic character. I like the idea of him just being this giant guy who just picks people up if he wants to.
It's all mine, Doctor. I read all your columns and
He doesn't respect the animal people enough to treat them like people.
possibility of altering the scale.
But Zoe gets angry at him. I thought that was cute.
Using programmable gas particles was very fascinating.
Programmable gas particles is a reference to an episode of the show.
Pleasure to meet you. My name is Topaz. I'm
And there's the new
director of
Topaz model.
Space
Cannot
Forces.
wait to keep using her and stuff.
The one with the whole different colored eye thing going on?
Oh, and here's our explanation for why we don't have a model for Commander Tower.
He was released from duty after you helped him hijack the experimental Diablon mech to settle a grudge match with Shadow.
Originally, I was going to use the administrator from Team Fortress 2 as the commander of GUN, but when I saw there was an opportunity to get a Topaz model made, I realised that there was a call to nature,
You're right,
and I had to get it made. And fortunately, Ultimate Nick did a fantastic job with the model.
when she invited you.
Look
Thank you for
how beautiful this model is. It's so
yeah,
good.
well, it looks like you guys could use it. Whose butt do I gotta kick first?
The situation.
Poor Sally getting
is
jump scared.
I'm afraid. If you'll follow me to my office first, I hope to show
Yeah, so I can't do walk cycles, which is why you can't see her feet in this shot.
Not so fast, old lady. My buddies and I haven't had any chili dogs in
Well,
like
okay, I can do
2
walk
days.
cycles, but it takes a long
Our
time.
first stop is the cafeteria.
Very well. Eat first and then meet me in my office on the 12th floor.
Well, here we go with Sad Sally again. Completely alone in a world filled with people who she knows and who don't know her. Very upsetting, I think that would be for anybody. So she decides to get some fresh air. Oh, here we go with the big fight scene. This took like 2 months to animate, I think.
According to legend, the guardian of the Master Emerald possesses immense strength.
So originally the voice actor for Knuckles, my friend Galactic Cuisine, did do snoring noises. And then Mario ones were just placeholder, but I thought it was funnier to use the Mario ones.
I want you to sneak around left with JM985. Meanwhile, the rest of us will.
I want to talk to him.
What
So there you
did
go.
say?
She wants to talk to her.
You want to talk to an enemy?
I like the lighting here where you can just like
He's
barely
a
make
kid
out
like
Dusk's
us.
face and you just see the
Can't
eyes.
just attack him. It's not the Marauder way.
I make sure you can see Shade's face more often than her.
He's truly our enemy. His
Just as
clan
another
was
sort of
wiped out
light versus
thousands
dark
of
kind of
years
thing
ago.
that's going on with
After
them.
all, it's entirely possible he'd be more than willing to join us if we simply gave him the chance. We can't risk being seen as heretics in the eyes of Nocturne.
We're getting some religious stuff in here with the Nocturnus.
You will speak to him alone.
I'm looking forward to having Shade just sit the characters down and explain
You
everything.
will approach with caution.
Problem is, I can't do too much with that in one sitting or it's going to be unnatural and
Try not
weird.
to screw this up, Shade.
So this was fun. So yeah, between shots she takes her helmet off, I guess because she wants to look more friendly. Honestly, I just think she looks cute when she smiles. That's the only reason why you can see her face, really. But it does work from a narrative point of view. And this part where he just scrunches her up into a ball.
The Master Emerald.
Still makes me laugh just watching it. He can jump really far when he wants to.
My island.
Wait! I'm not here to steal your emerald!
So yeah, Knuckles was about to just yeet her off this island. If she couldn't swim, she would have died. Bye bye, hat. Surprised more people weren't upset about that. I guess it's fine to them. Yeah, here we go. This is a custom piece of music too. Paid a bit of money for this. It's a remix of a song from Half-Life. This was fun, just watching them all double team up and then like all gang up on him. The maximum heat Knuckles attack from SA1, this was fun to do. I like showing his eyes turn into pupilless eyes. It's like, if you've ever seen the Ninja Turtles 3D cartoon. Whenever they got serious in that show, they used to do that. It was always fun to see.
Take this.
I think it makes him look more intimidating, to be honest. Yeah, Thunder Arrow is a move from SA2, the multiplayer mode, I believe. Honestly, it was just fun to have these two duke it out like this. See, what Knuckles doesn't realise is that the energy blades actually sap life force out of you when they hit you. So he's getting weaker, and she's healing herself every time she hits him with them. It also creates a huge amount of knockback. I like to imagine it's like getting hit in the face by a tiny car every time. But yeah, he can't really hurt her because every time they fight, she hits him with the beam and it heals her. And of course in this shot he's just constantly touching it, which is why she's able to overpower him so easily. Because Dusk is not stronger than Knuckles, but because he's getting his life force drained without realizing it, she's getting a massive advantage. And at this point he's just completely out of energy, but that's not going to stop her. She's evil. And this is the part here where he gets completely knocked out by this massive amount of hits he gets. Okay, so this was the first scene we animated for the fight, actually.
And so the last
Yeah, I animated the end of the fight before I animated the start of it.
Glory to Nocturne!
Stop!
Shade coming in trying to be the voice of reason.
I can't let you kill
But she can't just run over, she's got to do a cool flip.
What is the meaning of this? Get out of my way!
I love how shiny their suits are.
This is my kill! My victory!
Oh, Shade trying to be the good person. So this is where one of the biggest deviations from the original game takes place, I believe. Originally it was Sally's inclusion, but this is a massive difference. In Chronicles, the game starts with Knuckles being kidnapped by the Nocturnus. Off screen, I might add. And I never liked that, so this is me showing exactly how that whole fight goes down and changing the outcome of it after at the same time. So if you ever wondered how the story for Chronicles would have gone down if Knuckles weren't captured, hopefully we can show some of that.
She'll get what's coming to her.
Yeah, those suits are shiny. The drowning theme, of course.
Wake up! Knuckles, please! Help!
It was fun showing them falling off the island like this. I had to make sure the island was blurred out enough so you couldn't tell how low res that model is. That model is designed to be seen from a distance, so bringing it that close, woof. And Shade doing their cute noises. I think this was one of the first scenes I animated. It might have been the very first one, actually. I think this and the Sonic Sally conversation scene were the two ones that I did at the beginning of the project.
Guardian?
Oh no, Knuckles is really hurt.
Help! Somebody help us!
And here we come to the one scene I wanted to animate more than any other.
You've got hot dogs and you've got chili, but you won't put them together?
I'm sorry, sir.
There she is! There's Vanilla!
For Friday. I can't just open the
You notice Cream is eating a whole head of lettuce over there.
A hot dog without chili on it is a crime against nature, buddy.
I don't know, I like to think if rabbit people existed, they would probably eat heads of lettuce like a hand fruit.
Remember me? I am the mother of that little girl you tried giving a carrot to a few minutes ago.
Yeah, don't give rabbits carrots, they're actually really bad for them, folks.
Well, here.
This was fun to just look up horror movie effects, stuff like this. Not much, because I didn't want to go too overboard with it, but
Oh, Vanilla.
it was fun to do this.
Thank you, dearie. See how much better things are when we help each other? Have a nice day now, sweetie.
I thought
They went ultimate Karen mode.
Common misconception. They're actually really bad for us.
But yeah, big props to Sasso Studios for doing the voice of that guy. That was really nice of him. I want every episode of Sonic Ops to have a famous Sonic Tuber do a cameo in it. I don't know who I'm going to get for episode 5.
Every minute I spend here, my friends are
There's a
probably
Sonic Boom
wondering
toy and an
why
Infinite toy in the rubbish over there. Just a little
I have
jab
to
at those
go back.
things.
But if this
I've got nothing
was
against
it,
Boom. I've never even played the
then
Boom
I
games,
owe
but I
it
like the
to
cartoon
everyone
show.
to help, don't I?
Sally's moral dilemma gets interrupted by the only person she would want to listen to in a time like this.
You should see the cafeteria in this place. Best chili dogs this side of Christmas Island. You okay? You're looking a little upset.
I'm just
This was fun to animate.
Things have been so hectic.
Quite a bit of clipping issues in a few bits of this, but I mean, I'm willing to forgive that at this point.
Think about this whole crazy situation.
I wish I could move Sally's hair though. It's literally static. You can't do anything with it.
Things get to be too much. Here, I got you a dog.
Of all the things in this world to be the same as mine.
Yeah, she didn't expect him to have the same favorite food in two different universes.
Dogs to exist in both.
I guess you wouldn't expect that, would you?
Or four.
But yeah, I guess it would work out like that. So she hears the words from this Sonic she never would from her own. Literally saying, I'm sorry. I don't think Sad AM Sonic would ever apologize for being an idiot. But I think that's how different Sonics differentiate, is the way that they handle situations like this.
Well, it's fine. It all worked out in the end after all.
I'm reminded of that scene from Lost World, where Sonic has to apologize to Tails for underestimating him.
Thinking things through, Sonic. Just remember next time.
And Sally being her sassy self as always. This was fun. The little winks. But the best part in this conversation has to be the handshake.
Look at that.
That was so much fun to do. And I'm glad people resonated with it, because it was really, it's a really deep-seated reference, but it's nice, and it symbolizes their bond in this universe now.
It reminds me of home.
Oh, right.
Symbolizes that she's willing to trust him as much as she trusts her own Sonic, which I think is important to establish.
We did. We were only 5 at the time, though, so there wasn't much either of us could have done. Still, I've lost count of the times my Sonic and I have trekked through wastelands that look just like this.
Yeah, so you see, I always like to have them moving at least a little bit.
Now that our world is finally free
I never like it in animations when a character just stands completely still like a statue. It creeps me out.
It's a thing my Sonic and I do sometimes. Give me your hands. So first do this.
Yeah, this was fun to do.
Now like this, and then like this. That's our little secret handshake.
I was surprised I was able to recreate it so effectively. I didn't think I'd be able to do a good enough job to honor it, but there you go.
Maybe we should head inside. I'm curious what they have in terms of beds in this place.
Allow me. You ready to boost?
Born ready.
So yeah, she hugs him a little bit there, and he grimaces a bit, but it's just because he's not used to it. Typically, someone tries to hug him like that, he pushes them away. So yeah, this was the very last scene I animated. I need to practice more with Topaz's mouth. It looks kind of uncanny in a few shots of this. But if you're wondering why Topaz's office looks so fancy, it's because it used to be Commander Tower's office, and then he always seemed like the kind of guy who would make his stuff a bit fanciful. There's a Sega Genesis back there, because, you know, of course, the Commander Tower would play on a Genesis every now and again. I love the idea of him sitting in a beanbag chair and just spending his lunch break playing a video game. That's funny to me.
How many spectrometers do you have?
How many do you need?
As many as you can get. Place
I keep putting my drink down and making the table shake.
calibrated to scan for chronon radiation. Send the data directly to von Schlemmer's lab and outwit them a basic tracking algorithm.
So yeah, if you notice, they're all sitting on books.
Should be able to predict when and where these things are going to appear.
You can really do that, Tails?
Look at her tail wagging.
Amazing.
She's so happy.
It's nothing, really. I made something similar back in Future City, except that time we were searching for Chaos Emeralds.
So this is how we bring up Chaos Emeralds in front of Sally so she can ask what one is.
Given the severity of the drone you fought last night, I think
Yeah, look how uncanny that mouth looks. Ugh. Need to practice with it more.
Seriously, what's a Chaos Emerald?
Don't you guys have those back home? Chaos Emeralds are big gemstones with unlimited power inside them. When I get all 7 of them, I can use them to turn into supersonic and fly around.
So yeah, Sally's not making fun of
Awesome.
Sally's not making fun of Sonic. She's making fun of the name he gave himself.
And does Super Sonic have a super ego to go with it?
Hey, when you've saved the world as many times as I have, you're allowed to brag about it.
He's so smug and full of himself.
Hey, can we count on you to hunt down
the Chaos Emeralds, Sonic.
You got it, old lady. I'll find him, no problem.
I'm not old.
Where Sonic goes, I go.
Then it's settled. Sonic, you and your new friend will gather the Chaos Emeralds and keep them.
So yeah, this is just how we set up the rest of the story.
When they arise, we'll be happy to have them.
Excellent. Mr. Prowse can use my laboratory however.
So Tails stays out of it, which is interesting, because in Chronicles he follows you everywhere.
And whilst if no one goes looking for
Honestly, it's just to make my life a little bit easier. But I mean, he's still gonna do stuff, just not in every episode.
We've only just met.
So yeah, Sally is a
Now then,
little bit hurt by that
if there's
statement,
anything else to discuss, you may
and we'll
feel
go into
free to
detail
follow
about that in the next
or use
episode.
the common area. Just stay out of restricted sections, and you'll all be fine to walk around freely.
Okay, and here we come to this part. So I like to think Ix lives in the basement of the ship, or whatever you would call that. What's the bottom part of a spaceship called? I don't know.
My lord! Shade, the head of the science team, has betrayed us and allied herself with the natives currently squatting on our Earth. We've begun interrogating the rest of the science division.
Have you initiated her suit's kill?
So yeah, we don't show him completely. Wouldn't do like the Thanos thing and just show bits of him until the big reveal.
Have her laboratory swept for anything of note. If there is anything we can learn from her personal effects, that's where we'll find it. Once you do, bring the information to me.
Yes.
Wonder what they could do with her.
Dusk, make sure she is brought to me alive. There can be only one punishment.
Here comes the
for
big
treachery
reveal.
of such high
No one saw this coming.
Make sure you don't let your personal connection to Shade cloud your mind, my procurator.
I love that transition there. It's completely seamless. It's great. So yeah, the big reveal at the end is that they're both twins. It's been fun. Hopefully we can do some stuff with that in the next episode, but if not, we'll have to push it back. I have every episode planned ahead of time, but I don't have the moment-to-moment minutiae of every episode planned. I do that when I'm writing the scripts. I basically write down all the important bits that happen in every episode, and then I come up with actual scripts afterwards. You know, we're not making this up as we go along over here. We're just planning ahead. A lot of music in this. So yeah, look up Robert Leonhardt. He did the music for the Knuckles vs. Dusk fight, and it was great. Special thanks to all these people here for all the stuff they did for us. Really helped save the episode, honestly. Alright, well, this has been episode 4's commentary. Hopefully I answered a few questions there. If you have any questions you want to ask me, just feel free to put them in the chat below and I'll answer them as fast as I can. Thank you for watching and have a great day.